Hey everyone, it's Patty with the Breastfeeding Shop. I wanted to go over this brand new pump made by Imani, and it's really a fantastic pump. I'm probably going to ramble, might be a bit of a long video, but I really took my time to understand this pump, and I get a lot of manufacturers of pumps through the years that I've been running the Breastfeeding Shop, and a lot of them are just kind of the same, to be honest. There's some new technology over the 7 years that I've started this business, but the stuff that's coming out now is absolutely incredible. And I will tell you that it's been a long time since I've been this excited about a pump. And it's right here behind me. Forgive me for rambling a little bit, but I really want you to know that I did take the time to really go over this pump and all the fine details. And as I started going over it more and more, I just got more and more impressed. But this is the new Imani pump. And the reason why I'm so excited about it is that quite a few years ago, there was this brand new pump that hit the market and it kind of just took over. Well, this is the same engineer that developed this pump, but he made it even better. I'm not going to mention the brand. You can think about what it might be, but this is an incredible pump. And again, same engineer that designed one of the leading pumps out there, but he even made it better. And the box is amazing. The box is gorgeous. This is going to be a little choppy, but this is the Imani breast pump I1. The box is beautiful. Not that beautiful means anything, but functionality is the most important thing. But this is, it really, really helps. It looks so much more modern. This is the box that it comes in. It comes in with your standard setup with bottles and flanges and the adapter, and that's the pump. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is coming, actually it's March already, so mid to end of March, we will have it through insurance and also as a retail item as well, and it's being loaded on our website, so check it out at thebreastfeedingshop.com. These pumps, the Imani I1 pump, this is FDA approved, which is really important. There's a lot of pumps out there on the market. If you're getting it through insurance, the pump should be FDA approved. But again, it's just extra safety assurance for you knowing that this pump is FDA approved. The technology is amazing. The functionality is the most important, but it really makes all the other pumps out there look outdated. It kind of looks iPhone-esque. It's a tabletop, it's square. I really like the shape of it. But anyway, so the accessories, it's a standard closed system. It's got your backflow valve here, which is on top. I'll go into that a little bit more. And then it's got your duckbill valve, the orange. I love the color personally, but it's a closed system, which all the pumps are now closed system. It has 28 millimeter flanges. It's a little bit bigger than the other pumps, but there are inserts and different things like that that you can get, and they do make different sizes, which is great. But those are standard in the box. And these are the bottles, a little bit more modern looking. They're not tippy at all. If you take off the top and you put it on, it's not tippy. You know, all the weight is on the top, but the way it's designed, some of the pumps have that backflow valve on the back right here, and if you're standing it up, you know, it's tippy. The milk in it will hold it down, but you know, when you're getting ready to pump, you don't want your pump to fall down in the flange to hit the surface. So that is really nice as well. And then the backflow tubing, it's a Y connector. This is what it looks like. It's one piece. All you need to do is plug in one piece into the pump, which is great rather than having to deal with like two pieces like the other pumps out there. It's just one. And then it's got this little nub in here that when you want to just use one side, you can pop it in there and it's sanitary rather than just flailing about on the surface. A really great little nicety, I'll call it as well. So I'm going to go over the pump. Again, here's the pump. It's the Imani I1. There's a lot of little things that the engineer really took into consideration when developing this pump. And I'm going to go over all of them. So this is going to be maybe a little bit of a long video. But anyway, it's got a handle that folds down. And one thing that I was thinking about is it folds down in one direction. And that's a very deliberate little thing, that it doesn't fold down on this side. And it doesn't fold, the reason being is because that's where you plug your tubing in. So I think the guy designed it so when you push it down, it doesn't rest on that tubing, probably cinching it and affecting the suction. So again, really well thought out. Another thing about this pump is that the seam is right here, right? Rather than right here. It's a very quiet pump. incredibly quiet actually. And I think that's the way it's designed, because it's got a seam on the side, and then it's got your faceplate, which seals it also. And then it's got 2 points right here that actually seal it again. And that helps keep everything really intact and really tight. So it enables the pump to be a lot quieter. Again, a little feature, but not to be overlooked. And it was taken into consideration. Another thing is this has got your independent cycle speed and vacuum strength settings that we've all come to love and appreciate. For those of you that don't know, you've got your letdown mode or your massage mode, you've got your cycle speed, and then you've got your vacuum strength. Some pumps, the vacuum strength and the cycle speed are preset and in one. And actually a lot of these new wearable pumps, that's the way they're made, because you can't have all these different settings. But what's great about this is that you can really fine tune it to be super comfortable for your individual needs. So for those of you that are not familiar with pumps, again, this has got your independent cycle and vacuum strength, and then of course your massage mode. And I think that if you've never pumped before, I have this whole idea in my head of what would be the perfect pumping experience. And I think that having a good tabletop pump, if you're going to be relying on a breast pump primarily, is super important to have and start off with, because it offers a lot of flexibility. This particular pump also, it works with the Legendary cups, but they have the Imani i2 pump, which Legendary Milk is carrying right now. But it's got your little motors on top of this, right? And then it pops off, and then there's a little faceplate that goes over it. You pump the tubing in, and then you can use it with your tabletop pump. And then you've got hands-free collection cups. You've got your wearable breast pump, and then you've got your tabletop breast pump. You shouldn't need any more pumps than that. And I think that would be the perfect setup. But anyway, I'm getting a little off track. But this also has a timer on it as well, so you can see how long you've been pumping. And this is a great session because you make more milk at different times of the day. You know, at night you maybe make smaller amounts, but the baby might feed more frequently. So you can time it so you can gauge what your day is going to look like if you're going to work or whatever, and how much time you need to pump. And it's a good comparison day after day. It has an adjustable light. It's got 2 levels. It sits on the table, and the light shines in the back, which is great because it's not so bright at night. And you can also see the bottles when you set them down, rather than the light being, you know, on top. Again, something, a little detail that I think is more handy than you probably would give it credit for. And let's see, does not need it on top of the pump, as it illuminates as well. And it's dim, it's not too bright. Again, there's 2 settings. You can also pause this pump while pumping, and you don't have to turn it off, and it will hold your settings. So, you know, some of the pumps, if you're pumping, you have to turn it off, and then the whole thing starts over again. You can just pause this, which is great. It still stays on, and it's going to hold your time, and it's going to hold your settings too. It doesn't go back to 0 again. Again, that's a nice little feature in it as well. I'm looking at my notes because I do not want to forget anything. The cycle speed adjusts independently on massage mode and vacuum mode. On the massage mode, it adjusts 2 levels. So it's 70 to 80 times per minute. On pumping mode, it has 6 levels, 30 to 55 times per minute. Cycle speed means how quickly and how many times it goes in and out. So I'll repeat that. On massage mode, it's different than on pumping mode. On massage mode, which would be your first mode when you're trying to get your milk to come in, it has 2 levels, and it goes in and out faster, 70 to 80 times per minute. On pumping mode, you're going to want it to slow down, and it's going to go 30 to 55 times per minute. The vacuum can also be adjusted in massage mode. It has 6 levels, 80 to 200 millimeters per mercury, and that's how strong the vacuum strength is. In pumping mode, it has 12 levels, 80 to 320 millimeters per mercury, so it has a really nice big range, and it's pretty strong. So I will always say and I say this about every pump on the setting that is lowest and most comfortable for you, and you're going to get the most milk. If you crank it all the way up, that does not mean you're going to get more milk quicker. It actually could mean the opposite. So that was a lot of information in less than 10 minutes, but this is going to need a drum roll. If I could put a sound in here and do the little drum roll, because no other pump has this feature, but it is called boost mode, which is pretty cool. And while you're pumping on the highest setting, either on massage mode or expression mode, you're gonna press and hold the highest button, and then it's gonna blink, and then it's gonna kick it up a notch. And it's a slower, deeper on expression mode pull, which could be really beneficial for a lot of moms out there. If you're more sensitive, you're gonna wanna do that boost mode. And again, no other manufacturer has this feature. And the reason why I feel this feature is so important, well, let me finish this sentence, is that if you're very sensitive, you're gonna wanna use the boost mode on the massage setting. And the reason why this is important is because a lot of times the pumps out there, pumps in general, don't do as good a job as the baby. And a lot of moms will go back to work and they'll say, I'm losing my milk supply. And I always say, do a little manual expression towards the end of your pumping session, because a little milk is gonna remain in there. And then the next day, when you go to use your pump again, your body says, oh, I don't need to make as much milk because yesterday I didn't fully empty. And that's how science works. So they have to start taking supplements and all that kind of stuff. So I always say, to avoid that, do a manual massage towards the end of your pumping session. And that is why boost mode was made on the Imani pump, because that really, and when I turn this pump on, and I'm not using a pump anymore, but I'm giving it to a major influencer, and I can't wait to hear her reaction, and she's actually uses a pump now, so I can't wait for her to use that boost mode. But when I did the chin test, you can tell that it's a slower, deeper, stronger pull when it's expressing the milk, and other pumps don't do that. And I think it's because this backflow valve is on the top. It's not on the side, so it's pulling up. And the way the pump functions, just so you know, is it pulls up slowly and then it draws it back in rather than a snap back in, which is more natural and more gentle, like a baby. So I think it does that because this little backflow valve really controls the suction of the pump, and it's on top. So anyway, boost mode, really cool. And again, it makes this pump completely unique. So another drum roll is, actually I just went through it, is the backflow valve on the top, and the way it goes up and down and pulls. And this really happens on boost mode. So I already combined my 2 drum rolls into one because I'm getting excited and ahead of myself. But drum roll number 1 is the boost mode. Drum roll number 2 is the way this was configured and how it's on top. So it serves the purpose of keeping it steady and standing up, not tipping over, but also it controls the suction of the pump and makes it really, really smooth and comfortable. So that is it does not sound, the pump is very quiet. It's not rattly. And again, when I was describing the features of how it's actually made, some of the other pumps, the seam is here and it's 2 pieces. And when you set it down, and especially as the pump is used a lot, you can almost, you can just hear it rattling. This will not rattle because it's sealed all over the place. It still has to be 2 pieces, but the seam is on the side and it's secured by the handle and also secured by the faceplate here, which does light up very dimly, by the way. So you can see it at night when you're using it. So, oh, and it plays a little song when you turn it on. It's not too loud, it's really low, so it's not gonna wake anybody up, but that's how you know that the pump has been turned on. So I'm going to be doing more videos about this pump, and I want to do more videos about the collection cups that it's going to work with too. So I think this is, I'm very impressed by this company. I'm impressed by this person, the engineer behind the technology. And just so you guys know, ladies know, I should say, that at the Breastfeeding Shop, I'm on a quest to help new and expecting moms on their breastfeeding journey. I really appreciate you listening to us. And again, this pump by Imani i1 is going to be available through the Breastfeeding Shop, through retail, and also through insurance. Stay tuned for more information. If you have any questions, you can email us, customer service at the Breastfeeding Shop. Visit us, thebreastfeedingshop.com, or call us at 866-255-6779. And don't forget to check out us on social as well. Thanks for listening. I know it was long, but important pump to go over. And again, this pump right here is going to take the world by storm. Just wait. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.